All right, single dudes, here's your birth control. Did you know that in most states, in the event of a child being born, the mother will get sole physical and legal custody just right off the bat? That means if you want to make any decision about your child or even see your child, you have to fight for it.
So there you go. But no, but we live in a patriarchy, guys. We live in a patriarchy. Okay, despite this, so you have a child and you're not married. Sole physical and legal custody goes to the woman, even if you are the father. But patriarchy. Okay.
In court with a lawyer. Even if your name is on the birth certificate and you've proven that you're the real father, if you're not married, you are not entitled to custody. Ooh, but you're gonna pay that child support though.
Uh-oh. Yes. Because should the government pay for this child? No. It's gonna be you. So literally. So you are, again, why would men be walking away from these relationships, right? From having children? Well, the reason they'd be walking away is because the laws favor not having them.
And a fun thing about child support is they don't need to use your actual income. They can use a magical system called potential income. That means they can go, oh, you make $40,000 a year, but your boss makes $70,000 a year. There's no reason you can't get to where your boss is being. So we're going to calculate your child support based off of the potential income of your boss's $70,000 salary, even though you only make $40,000. That's because thanks to Title 4D of the Social Security Act, the state gets a certain huge percentage of every payment of child support made. The state just has much more to gain from you being a non-custodial parent with no rights over your child and simply being a paycheck than the child being afforded the opportunity to have two equal parents with 50-50 custody. That's why if even down the line you find out that you were never the father, you're going to keep paying child support until they're 18.
That is called the modern capitalist system in the United States. There you go. There you go. So you see what it's really about. It's not about family formation. It's not about the kids having a good life. No, it's about a paycheck. It's about a cut of the paycheck going to the government. So there you go, guys. You want to be a cut of the paycheck going to the government? Then subscribe to this system. There you go.
State's got to get the money from somebody. I got a whole lot more to say, but for now, fellas, be very careful out there. And if she tells you not to worry about the condom, worry about the condom.
Okay. It's just trying to get as much attention and validation from men as possible. Cool. Next. This is our friend Emily. Recently, she started simping hard. It's gotten so bad, I even needed to get friends and family involved. Stop. I don't understand.
Emily, stop being a simp and have a hot girl summer with the girls.
Oh my god. Yeah, stop simping and have a hot girl summer. Okay. So again, these girls don't want their friends to be successful. They don't want their friends to be in long-term relationships. They don't want their friends to to be successful and to have a marriage and children. No, what they want is their friends to ruin their lives, be idiots, sleep around till 18 to 28, be crabs in a bucket, and then be miserable alone with cats and boxed wine so they can have company when they're 35 plus.
Emily, stop being a simp and have a hot girl summer with the girl.
Emily, I'm gonna have a serious problem if you don't stop being a simp and have a hot girl summer with your friends.
Emily.
Oh, that guy's a useful idiot. That guy, the guy in this video. What is this garbage?
Stop being a f***ing simp and have a hot girl summer with the girls.
So again, what is this? This is preying on women's nature, which is they want to be accepted by the group. So she's gonna feel like, oh, I'm a bad person for not sleeping around. I need to sleep around so that I can be a good person with my girlfriends. But the problem is that if she does that, she actually ruins her life. So all of these people are encouraging her to destroy herself. You see what I'm saying, guys? It's ridiculous.
Emily, stop being a simp and have a hot girl summer with the girl.
Emily,
Okay.
Simp and have a hot
I'm
the
done.
girls.
I'm done.
stop being a simp.
I'm
Summer
done.
with the girls.
Emily, stop simping and have a hot girl.
Okay.
Let's get it, bitches.
Oh, this girl's just swiping on Tinder, so you can see girls so you can see a girl's experience on Tinder versus yours.
Do you call him daddy? Do I call her daddy? Call her daddy.
Oh, and then she sent the same exact message to 45 guys. So cool, so strong and empowered, so awesome, so lovely. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me further, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content. It's patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there for... just go there and subscribe to any tier. Any level of support is appreciated. Let's continue.
How do you know your date went wrong? When your Chase's Basement podcast shirt is ripped, your nose is all bloody, and the popos is looking at you like, is you okay, Nate? I'm okay, I'm a Marine. Look. It ain't a rocket through the chest. Simplify.
When you need to be a former Marine so that the police don't go after you, even though she was the one that was hurting you. You see what I'm saying? Again, guys, this is why I recommend on the first date you go to coffee, you go for a walk, you know, vet the girl for sketchy behaviors so that you can prevent all of this. If you see that she's sketchy, you just don't even go on that second date. You don't have bedroom fun. You don't do any of that. Because, guys, it's not worth the trouble. And here's what they say. You don't chase after girls on the bus. There's always going to be another one. So, if she's sketchy, just find another bus.
If God sends me to hell, I will simply not go. What will he do? Send me to hell? I'm already not going. The f***.
Okay, sure. I was far too scared to hit him, but I would in a heartbeat now. I don't understand. So what, you're a boss babe now because you'd hit the guy? Like, that's not cool. Okay, let's continue. It's ridiculous.
And men say modern day feminism is just an attack on men. Not all men.
No, it's not an attack on all men. It's an attack on the men that don't follow and are not subservient to you. Yeah, of course. Perfect. Ridiculous.
Not all men.
Okay.
I got this test so you guys know what 8 inches really looks like.
If you are the type of woman to make a video showing off a tattoo on your arm that you use to measure a man's ween, then chances are, no matter how big that guy is, he could be 8 inches, he could be 13 inches, it's probably still going to be like tossing a hot dog down a hallway. You know, I have big feet. I have a size 13 foot. It's above average. But if I try to put it into a size 22 Shaquille O'Neal basketball shoe, it's not going to fit very snugly.
I'm going to quote the girl from the previous video. She said, there are actions that women can do that prevent you from getting a relationship. Yeah, that would be one of them. The getting a... Getting a tattoo of a ruler. Oh my god, disaster.
You get my drift here?
Cases where you may never want to shake someone's hand ever again. What are all these microbes in the epidermis? If you were to shake someone's hand that looked like this or this, you can get syphilis. Yep, I said syphilis, and that's a sexually transmitted disease. Okay. And if you shake hands with someone with secondary syphilis, you can get syphilis too. And if I were to biopsy these lesions on the palm, and if you stain it appropriately, it's full of spirochetes. Syphilis is due to the bacteria Treponema pallidum, and it's a great mimicker of different diseases. It first starts off as a chancre or a painless ulcer on the genitalia. Then it can progress to a rash on the palm soles and body. And then in the late stages, it can affect the brain, spinal cord, spinal fluid. And that's called neurosyphilis. So even if your dermatologist didn't shake your hand before COVID, don't take it personally. We see this sometimes.
Okay, let's continue. There was your biology lesson for the day. I hope you appreciated learning a little bit about that. Let's continue.
What are some weirdly specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
Men who are rude to fat women or traditionally unattractive women.
Wow, so you mean what do I even say to this? Okay. Let me just explain what men want in women so that, we're clear here. Fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, bedroom fun, loyal. Notice the top one. Okay? So if they're not attracted to you, don't be upset. It's not an attack on you. It's one of men's requirements. They'd be just as unattracted to you if you were unfeminine, if you were uncooperative, fighting, etc. All right. Here's an article by Rollo Tomasi. This is, again, The Rational Male. Just look it up. It's called Dispelling the Magic. Women get the men they deserve. So again, just check out The Rational Male if you've never heard of it. One point I try to make in my roaming about blogs dedicated to intergender dynamics is reading articles from many different perspectives. When I have the time, I actively hunt down articles that I know I disagree with. I think it's far too easy to get locked into the habit of seeking out bloggers, articles, and statistics that reaffirm our own particular views. Even within the circles with which we'd be inclined to agree, there'll often be a lot of conflicting viewpoints, such as the recent conflict pitting MRAs, PUAs, and MGTOW. I began this blog with the intent of studying the reasons why intergender social and psychological dynamics evolve, what functions they serve, and develop contingencies or actionable methods of bettering one's life using this information. Really, this is the core of game. The problem inherent in this, and really unplugging in general, is that it often comes with a healthy dose of disillusionment. Once you strip away the heady fantasies of soulmates and expectations of happily ever afters, and replace it with a more practical understanding based on reasonably reliable empirical explanations, what you're left with looks a lot like nihilism. Even for the most staunch realists among the community, there's still a desire to want to apply, however slightly, some kind of mysticism to the process of connecting with another human being. With other men, it may be some esoteric desire to cast their association in terms of honor, integrity, or respect. With women, it comes as an idealization or predestination. I'm not saying this desire to spiritualize these connections is without merit, but I can't help but see the conflict it has in coexisting with the practicality of what we're learning about ourselves. Just in the last 30 years, we've come to understand the biochemical nature of our emotions. We know hormones like oxytocin induces feelings of trust and promotes nurturing, and that endorphins and dopamine is associated with feelings of infatuation. Lust and love is chemically similar to that of, illicit substances. Poof! There goes the magic. We have an understanding of women's ovulatory cycles and the resulting bedroom fun behavior habits that are introduced by them. Only the generations of the late 20th and 21st are privy to this information. Evo psychology has only risen to prominence in the field of study in the last 15 years, more now. All of this makes for some very uncomfortable realizations, particularly when men become aware of the social schemas established to keep them in a female-centric reality. Game is a recent countermeasure developed by men to better adapt to this feminine primacy. But it's only possible through advances in both communication technologies, access to globalized information, and new socio-psychological theory. Prior to these advancements, and with the rise of womanism in the late 60s to late 90s, men were clueless as to their social predicament. From the start of this bedroom fun revolution until the beginning of this millennia, Western masculinity and femininity has been subjected to the greatest deliberate social and psychological restructuring any generation has ever known. And I shouldn't limit that exclusively to Western culture. We see this effect filtering into Asia, Japan, and even traditionally Latin masculine cultures. As westernization spreads, so too does its feminization. And what have men been clinging to? The pseudo-guilt we've been taught to be ashamed of as part of our past patriarchy, to be sure, but more importantly, we were left with the vestiges of that magical thinking. In the fact of a yet undefined hypergamy, we wanted to still believe in the sugar and spice myth, that women are sugar, spice, and everything nice, and respect her wishes motive, the marriage goal, all of which are still actively reinforced by a feminine imperative that knew its time had come and men were too stupid in their romanticism to know it. That's until the metagame was established. So again, guys, you can go there on The Rational Male to read more. Let's continue.
Let me explain. As a fat woman, a lot of time, guys will come up to my friends and I and will flirt with my thinner friends. And that's fine. But the way that they interact with me tells me every single thing I need to know about them. If they acknowledge my presence, say hello, whatever, chill. But so many times, they won't even look me in the eye. They will talk to my friends and pretend like I'm not there. And that immediately tells me that that person doesn't respect me.
I mean, that's true. But very clearly, there's someone else that doesn't respect you. And that person is you. Again, you don't understand that what you're doing is going to lead to your own demise, right? Earlier than most people. You can't be eating like that at your age. Again, if you have some serious medical condition that's causing it, I'm sorry, and that's terrible. But most people don't have that predicament. Most people can control how much they eat, they can control their weight, and they can prevent this kind of problem, okay? And then you'll actually be talked to along with your friends, right? So, there you go.
So men who don't respect women, they don't find f***able, they don't respect women. Like, straight up, they do not respect women. Because if they don't respect a woman they're not attracted to, then they're just trying to be kind to you because they want to get into your pants. If you have a fat friend and she gets bad vibes from a guy, listen to her, she is right.
Yeah, well, a lot of the times, it's funny because in game they called girls like this grenades, and basically one of the guys has to talk to her to make sure that she doesn't dissuade the other friends, right? So that she's feeling validated and attractive, etc. So that all of the guys can succeed in the group. Because again, attention and validation is the coin of the realm, and she's upset she's not getting it, right? But if she was competitive like her friends, then she'd get it too. That's what she needs to understand.
Alright. So why can't I get one? Mama, I know you're not about to kiss.
No, I'm talking about Brandy.
Boy, please, action.
What?
Guys, dating in your 30s is something. So I was dating this guy.
Wait, dating in your 30s? That's a red flag, boys. If you're dating in your 30s, it means something went seriously wrong. Boss babe, queen. Yeah, don't sleep around for when you're 18 to 28, and you won't have this problem. Get married, have children when you're 18 to 23.
Really liked him. Up until the other night.
Uh-oh.
We went and got drinks the other night, and I ran into a guy friend that I know, and I said hi to him.
Oh, no. Yeah, don't do that, girls. Don't do that. A guy friend, quote unquote. Don't worry about him. He's just a friend. He's probably an ex-friend with benefits. He's an ex-boyfriend, you know. It's so embarrassing as a guy to be in that situation. It's like she's advertising like the guy that she's still attracted to but won't choose her because he knows what kind of girl she is. That's a red flag.
Well, the guy that I'm dating asked me if I'd ever f***ed him. First of all, the answer is no. But second of all, even if this guy got me pregnant at a Chevron gas station, would have been before you, Chad. Guess what? You met me on Tinder, not youth group, baby. I'm a single mom. I come with a kid, you know.
Oh my God. There it is. The truth comes out. So if you want to be second place to her child, her dog, her parents, her schedule, then get with a single mom, guys. Like, yeah. Bedroom fun loyal is one of the requirements for men to be attracted to you. If you've had a child with another man, you're inherently not loyal to him. You're loyal to the man who you gave the highest honor possible, which is having a child with him. So what are you doing? Go be with him. This girl's on Tinder. Ridiculous. All right. Let's look at the fake Tinder profile. Speaking of, this one ties in perfectly. Here we go. This is again, it's fake, right? But there's a lot to learn even from this. So this is a 23-year-old Mir. Baby daddy decided he needed Tinder, so mama decided she should too. So again, baby daddy. They're not married. They're not in a serious, committed, monogamous relationship. So again, she has a child and she's on Tinder. So what is the implication? She has Chad's child, and then she's going to get a beta male to take care of it, right? So this is the modern world, guys. This is the world we live in, right? And the previous girl that we just saw on the TikTok, same thing, right? She has Chad's child, and then she wants another guy to take care of it, and you need to suck up to and bow down to her wishes. Do what her strategy is in life. Don't follow yours. You're against women if you don't follow her strategy. Like, no. You're not against women if you don't follow her strategy. You're just for men. Ridiculous.
That too. You wanna know how I made that kid? My ex-husband bent me over a tree stump in South Lake Tahoe, California after our engagement photos. That was the ticket.
So attractive, so empowered, so strong and independent. By the way, she's divorced. So again, like, in our modern culture in 2022, so if she got married, why is she divorced? Right? Choose a man that you won't want to divorce. You see? Then stay with the man for the benefit of the children in the long term. That's what you're supposed to do. What are you doing? Like, she even, like, implication is that she got married, you know, when she was supposed to, which is great. And then what? Then the guy didn't bow down to your every thought and whim and desire, and so you wanted to break up, right? It's just ridiculous what these girls are doing. Right? Like, be with the husband of the child. It's not just about your life now. It's about the life of your child. You're literally giving your child the worst outcomes possible because of this situation. What are you doing? Ridiculous.
You're gonna need to get more secure, and I hope things work
Oh,
out.
he's insecure for not wanting to bow down to the whims of a single mother. Yeah, he's insecure. He's the bad guy. Of course.
For you in the next one. And that's on insecurity.
Hi, I'm a slut.
When he's conservative and has full sand merch in his room. I don't understand.
Many people have looked at me on this app and the way I dress or the way I talk, and then they comment like, oh, she's probably a gold digger. And I just realized, like today, that I have never been called a gold digger by a rich man. It's
Oh my god, guys. You cannot make this shit up. It's always the broke guys calling me a gold digger. Okay. And again, those guys aren't going to take us seriously, right? Why isn't she married, right? No, they're not going to take her seriously either. They're going to, you know, buy her these nice things, sleep with her, and then they're going to pass her along. And then when she's 28, she's going to be like, where have all the good men gone? Where's my rich man to marry me? Yeah, back in your, like you can't be making decisions like this and then expect to have a stable family in the future. Like, what are you doing?
always the broke boys calling me a gold digger. Like, baby, you're 19. You probably work a minimum wage job, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with, but what am I going to take from you? They'd be like, oh, boys, watch out. She's probably a gold digger. Oh, we got a gold digger over here. Like, Brandon, what am I going to dig from you? $20? Come on.
So she's literally proving his point? I don't understand.
Even if I was a gold digger, you don't have any gold for me to dig. It's never the rich men that are accusing me of being a gold digger. But if I was pursuing a rich man and he was, I could understand why he'd be precautious of me being a gold digger. But it's always the ones with no money. And this isn't me trying to be classist or anything. This is just an observation that I've made where rich men have never called me a gold digger.
That's because rich men know exactly the kind of girl you are. They're not going to take you seriously. They're going to buy you nice things. They're going to, you know, do what they want. And then they're going to throw you back in the pond, as it were, and go fish for another one, right? Like, this girl has no idea what she's actually doing here. What she's actually doing here is she's selling her body for money. That's what she's doing. And then she has the audacity to call out guys for not having that money to pay her. Like, you don't even understand. Like, what would your parent, what would your grandma, what would your great-grandmother say about your behavior? That's what I want to know. Not your father. What would your great-grandmother say about your behavior? Would your great-grandmother ever do this? She'd be embarrassed. It's embarrassing what you're doing. And you don't even know. That's the sad part.
While boys who make less than me accuse me of wanting their money when I don't even want them in the first place.
Indeed, I understand. It's hypergamy.
Please don't be ugly. Please don't be ugly.
Oh my god. You see, this is like, what's it called? This is like the equivalent of the person like asking you to do a chore or whatever and then complaining when they don't like how you did the chore even though you did it for them, right? It's like that. It's like the guy went out of his way to buy you an engagement ring or whatever, some jewelry, and she's filming it on TikTok saying, please don't let it be ugly. Like, do you see how I'm saying? It's ungrateful. It's not thank you for taking the time out of your day to get me this thing that you didn't have to get me, right? Thank you for that. No, it's please don't be ugly.
Please.
What is this garbage?
Please. Oh my god!
Ridiculous.
When you don't want your husband to see what you bought.
Unnecessary shit.
I don't understand. Ah, I see. Okay, so this girl's just dancing around with... I don't... It's just disrespect to the husband or the guy that got her pregnant, alright. Okay, I think that one's maybe too spicy for YouTube. Let's continue with this. So again, this is guys that things that men never have to worry about. If I wear something that shows skin, will I get bothered? From an early age, women are taught to be ashamed of their bodies. Men, not so much. Therefore, men don't grow up believing that in order to be virtuous, they must cover up. That's not why. It's not about virtue. Well, I mean, it is about virtue too. But do you know what virtue means? Virtue means not sleeping around. So literally, if women cover up, then they're attracting less attention. And because they're attracting less attention, they're less likely to sleep around, which is very important because you're trying to get married and have children and not be alpha widowed. You see? But of course, nowadays women are taught that you can just do whatever you want and everything's totally fine and you can wear whatever you want and there's no issues. And men are the haters if they, men are terrible creatures if they, give you attention or whatever. So you can actively wear clothing that attracts attention. Why are you then complaining about the attention you're receiving? You can just choose to wear different clothes. Not all men are going to give you attention, but it's guaranteed because men want to get laid that they're going to give you attention. You're not going to remove male nature by complaining. So prevent the problem. All right, we're going to end the video there. Again, thank you so much for listening, guys. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me further, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content. It's patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe to any tier. Any level of support is appreciated. Thank you so much for listening, guys, especially if you took the time out of your busy day to watch my videos. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you next time.